Hey everybody, this is Abdel with Ratio Trading here, and I want to take a look at Tesla. So this is a stock that I've been watching for many months now, and what's very clear is, we saw this point shortly after the IPO. It spent the better part of a year sort of moving up, but not at an aggressive rate, as you can see right here, right? You're looking at all this movement right here, and you can see it was kind of sort of flat overall. Did see some gains up and down, lots of choppiness. And then towards, the beginning of the year, it started to take off. And you can see, from essentially March, April timeframe up until about, just a few weeks ago, really. Tesla has made an insane move. It went from somewhere in the 30s all the way up to short of 200, which just a dramatic move for Tesla, which and very little pullback in that time. You can see there were a couple times here where it kind of dropped down, then kept going, never really made a significant pullback, but now we're seeing that. I've seen a lot of chatter on Twitter, StockTwits, all those places, and people are just wondering what's going on with Tesla and what to expect. So from my perspective as a fib trader, it's actually not very difficult to assess or to predict what we might see in the coming weeks. And what I'm seeing is a market that clearly went to an extreme area of overbought condition, kind of hovered around there for some time, and is now sort of taking a rest, right? And the analogy that I try to use with people is that, in this scenario, Tesla sprinted, 400-500%, and now it's sort of just catching its breath, and it needs to pull back. And that's what we're seeing here. What happens from here is going to be interesting, but what I'm expecting is essentially a retracement, right? So if we take a look at where this all started, sort of the move, it kind of began right around here. So what I'll do is I'll take my fib tool. Let me bring this in so you can see it a little bit better. There's my fib tool, and I'm going to select here, and then I'm going to drag from the low where it started to the high where it ended. Right around that area right here. And what you can see is that the market's obviously made a significant retracement down. Now, what I'm expecting over the next few weeks is that this market is going to get into the low 100s, possibly into the high 90s, okay? And then from there, once it starts sort of piercing this area, if it does, of course, around 114, that's where I'm going to be looking to buy some Tesla, and I will scale in as it comes down into this 95-ish area, looking for a move roughly 30 to 40% back up towards 130, 140 several weeks after that. Now, if we take a look at the daily chart real quickly, we can see what's happened here over the last few days or, few weeks. So you can see lots of pull down right here. So we can see the market went down here, kind of double bottomed, then went back up, right? Did it again, came down here, right? Went back up, then again, third time down here, right? Minor retracement, right back right here, right? Let's use the right tool, and you can see right here, kind of minor. And then dropping back down. You can see there's a hard break right here today. So we can also use our fibs to predict where it's going to go next. So for example, if I do it on this leg right here, the market went up, right? Then it retraced back down. So when I measure that, I'm going to go from the high down to this low, right? What happened? It rallied up here. Then when it broke, there's two areas where it tends to go. Either the 127 or the 1618. If it gets to the 127 and it breaks, 1618. Look what happens. Comes down, breaks, 127, boom, right? 1618. Now we're going to do the same thing here. High, right? So imagine I'm drawing it over again from the high down to the low, right? It's broken it, so what am I expecting? 70% chance it's going to get down to 119, and if it breaks that, 101.99, 102, right? Which is right inside of what we talked about just a few seconds ago, right? 101, 102, let's just say, is right inside of this area right here, right? So let's go to our fib again where we started, right here. Boom. So that's right inside of that 50 to 618 that we just talked about scaling into. So look for that to happen. Again, no guarantees. We don't know for sure, but watch to see if that happens. If it does start getting into the 114, 115, into low 100s, high 90s, that's an area of intense interest to me. It's a major retracement. It's a major area where I expect there to be a significant amount of support, and that's where I'd be looking to scale in and start buying, looking for a move back up to 120, 130, 140 over the coming weeks after maybe some hesitation there. So watch for that over the coming weeks. All right? Lots of questions, lots of interest here on Tesla. There's a lot of panic, but I always think, I believe that when you see these types of moves, these are the opportunities where you can see some nice returns. So we'll keep an eye on this, but that's what I'm looking for over the next probably 4 to 6 weeks in Tesla. A move down here, maybe a couple weeks of consolidation, and then a move back up. All right? Hope that helps. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We'll see you next time.